Guys, new project. The Tamiya TT02B. This thing is a beast. Loving it. Let's get this box open and see what's inside, shall we? Yeah. Guys, don't forget, subscribe and smash the bell. Alright guys, I'm really excited about this one. My first Tamiya build since, 1987. My very first hobby grade RC car was a Hotshot 2, and I actually managed to find an old photo of it, which really was a trip down memory lane. Unfortunately, I don't have too many photos of it, but this particular car here, I've been eyeing it off for a while. The Plasma Edge 2 Gunmetal Edition. This car is on the TT02B chassis, which I'll get into the history of that in a little bit. But the Plasma Edge 2 is actually this is actually the second version of the Plasma Edge 2. The Plasma Edge 2 was originally released on the 28th of May in 2016, and if you're interested, that is model number 58630. This particular gunmetal edition was released in this year, 2020. On the 29th of August, so it is very new, and I'm loving the look of it so far. I've been eyeing it off for a while now actually. The original version of the Plasma Edge was actually released way back on the 12th of December 2007. So that, and its model number is 58399 if you're interested. So it's quite an old pedigree for the Plasma Edge. The original chassis was different to the TT02 chassis. That was actually a DF02 chassis, but we're getting way too far ahead of ourselves. Alright guys, nice little shot of the internals of the car on the side, and it is four-wheel drive shaft driven. On the other side of the box we have some of the hop-up parts for the car, new differential stuff, some new drive cups, cool tyres, some new shocks. I've actually priced these, and they'd want to have gold plating with the price that they are quite expensive, so I don't know how soon I'll be getting one of those. And just a couple of other bits, including a ball bearing set, and I also bought a set of ball bearings for the car, so it'll be fully ball raced, and I got those ball bearings through Plaig Bearings here in Australia. I will leave a link in the description below to their website. They're a great company. I bought a few different car sets of bearings before through these guys. The car also comes with a torque-tuned motor, but I am not going to run that motor. And this is going to be the powerhouse for my Plasma Edge 2, my Purple Bull. This is a 12-turn, 3-wind, modified brushed motor, and it is an absolute beast. I love this motor, and it just looks so good. Check that out. I love it. There you have it guys, the motor that'll be going in my Plasma Edge 2. I reckon that will make it hammer. Guys, I just realised this Purple Bull motor is over 20 years old, which I guess makes it vintage. So if this thing is vintage, what the hell am I then? Super vintage? Alright guys, let's get the lid off this box, shall we? Ooh, new Tamiya car goodness. Instruction manual. Guide for the decals. We got, this is the first time I've really looked at this, guys. We got the rear wing, and this one is, as you can tell, pre-painted in the gunmetal colour, which I really like. I've had some reviews and stuff that aren't necessarily that positive on it being pre-painted, but in all honesty, Tamiya do a really good job with their painting of pre-painting of these body shells, and I actually really like the colour, so I'm happy. And this shell is, to me, an awesome shape. I love the shape of that body shell. Check that out, guys. We have an ESC for it, which comes, it actually has the third lead for a brushless motor, and it also is a, of course, Tamiya plug. Alright, looks like a lot of this stuff now is sort of wedged inside, so wow. Big bag of internals. We have tyres. All 4 tyres. Ooh, they feel pretty good. Like the feel of those. Alright, what else is inside here? Wow, they're bright. I love the look of those wheel rims. They're awesome. Alright, what else have we got in here? We've got a whole bunch of plastic parts. This looks like the covers for the, there's a cover for the receiver and actually a cover for the motor, which I'm not quite sure about that actually. I'm not going to be putting that on mine. I feel like it's going to reduce the motor's ability to keep itself cool, so not so sure about that. And we've got bumpers, shock tower. There is actually a lot of talk about shock towers being, especially the rear one, being quite weak, and people switching over to an aftermarket carbon fibre version, which I am probably going to do because I would really like to just go hop up city with this car and just have as many hop ups on it as possible, because hey, why not? Alright, we've got some gift covers and some swing arms there. We've got some dog bones, which are plastic with metal dog bone ends on them, and actually the drive cups are plastic with metal shafts. That's interesting. First time I've actually seen that. I've actually not seen the TT02B type chassis before, so maybe that's the way that all of these are, but yeah, I'll probably be definitely upgrading these drive cups to the metal versions, I think. And last but not least, we have the chassis, which I'll get back to in a minute because I've got a bunch of stuff that I thought would be really interesting to look at with regard to that. And here we have the big reveal. Wow, the decals. And the decals for this car are just absolutely knockout, guys. I just love them though. Aren't those awesome, guys? Look at that. Wow. Alright guys, this is the TT02B chassis for my Plasma Edge. Now, this particular chassis has a little bit of history, that's for sure. It is a plastic bathtub style chassis, according to Tamiya, and it was originally released as a TT02, which was used for on-road cars, and there are actually 10 current different variants of the TT02 chassis. The original TT02 was released on the 22nd of May in 2013. It was closely followed by the TT02B, and I assume the B stands for buggy. That was released on the 17th of July. Now they are all pretty much the same system, except for the swing arms on the buggy are longer and different shocks and stuff like that. So it is shaft driven. The motor position is in the middle of the car for balance, which I like. It has got a wheelbase of 266 millimeters. It is 4-wheel double wishbone suspension. It comes with CVA shocks, and it has 4 different gear ratios that can be achieved on this car by choosing different pinion gears. I really like that. I'll be probably mucking around with that in the future. The original TT02B came out as the Neo Scorcher, was the original car with this chassis, and that is model number, if you're interested, 58568, and that car has now been re-released as well. So there you go. There is the chassis and a little bit of detail about the TT02B chassis. Guys, don't forget, subscribe and smash the bell. Guys, super thrilled about starting this build. Really looking forward to getting into it and getting wrenching on it. So make sure you subscribe and smash on that bell if you want to keep seeing the build videos for this car and its running videos. Be cool to see it running too, I reckon. Anyway guys, if you're new to the channel, please consider like, sharing and subscribing and smashing on that bell. Means a lot to me. And I've also got a Facebook group under the same name as the channel, so come on over and help get it started. It's still relatively new. Anyway guys, until next time, I'm Matt at RC Chronicles. Catch yous later.